Welcome to my channel Most Expensive Coins, World of Nickels with a very special year, the 1974 Jefferson nickel. Is this simple 5-cent coin sitting in your pocket change worth more than you'd imagine? And could one of these nickels be the gateway to a rare find worth hundreds of dollars? Or maybe even more? Stay tuned because we're going to explore it all: history, value, and what makes these coins so fascinating. Let's kick things off with a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. The design, created by sculptor Felix Schlag, features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse, or front, and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The Jefferson nickel design has been an enduring part of American coinage, largely unchanged until some redesigns were introduced in 2006. Now, fast forward to 1974. This year was part of a period where nickels were struck primarily for circulation, with no special silver or commemorative issues. So what makes a 1974 nickel worth more than its face value of 5 cents? Here's the kicker. Most 1974 nickels are, well, just that, ordinary nickels. But there are a few factors that can boost the value of these coins significantly. First, let's talk about condition. A 1974 nickel in average circulated condition is likely worth face value, 5 cents. However, coins in extremely high grades can fetch impressive sums. In the coin collecting world, condition is everything. A 1974 nickel that's in pristine, uncirculated condition or graded highly by a professional service can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to potentially hundreds. For example, a MS-67 grade from a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can be worth upwards of $100 or more. Grades go from circulated conditions, like G, and then mint state, from MS-60 all the way up to MS-70. The higher the grade, the more the coin can be worth, especially if it's from a year with any rare qualities. But here's where it gets really interesting. There's always a chance that a rare error could make your 1974 nickel worth serious cash. Error coins happen when something goes wrong during the minting process, maybe a misalignment, a double strike, or other unique mishaps that make the coin unique. In fact, a few 1974 nickels with significant errors have been reported to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some of the most valuable error types for Jefferson nickels are double dies, off-center strikes, or full steps on the Monticello building. Finding a 1974 nickel with one of these rare errors could mean big money. Now, if you're wondering, what's a full step? That's a great question. The full steps designation on the reverse of a Jefferson nickel is a big deal to collectors. For a coin to qualify as a full steps designation, the steps leading up to Monticello must be fully struck and without interruption. This is rare due to the challenges of getting a fully defined strike on this small area of the coin. Full steps are like the holy grail for Jefferson nickels, and only coins with the sharpest strikes will show all 6 steps. A 1974 nickel in high grade with full steps can bring in much more than face value, even reaching several $100s. So, why should collectors care about nickels? Well, Jefferson nickels are accessible and still relatively affordable compared to other coins, which makes them a great entry point for new collectors. Plus, finding a high-grade or error nickel could be quite profitable if you're willing to search through your pocket change or buy rolls from the bank. Imagine going through a roll of nickels and finding a hidden treasure. Who doesn't love the thrill of that? Now let's talk about the current market for a 1974 nickel. In circulated condition, a 1974 nickel is generally worth, well, 5 cents. But in high uncirculated grades, you're looking at values from a few dollars up to $100 or more depending on the grade and whether it has that sought-after full-step designation. In fact, auction prices have shown that some of the highest quality 1974 nickels have sold for impressive sums, with top-grade examples reaching hundreds of dollars. And remember, if you're lucky enough to find an error coin or one with full steps, the value could be even higher. Okay, so you might be thinking, where do I find these coins? One option is to check with local coin shops or look through bulk nickel lots at estate sales or online marketplaces. Another is simply searching your change. Many valuable finds are sitting right in our pockets, just waiting to be discovered. That wraps up our look at the 1974 Jefferson nickel. So, next time you're going through your coins, keep an eye out, you might just have a treasure hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel for more coin collecting tips, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments below if you found any valuable nickels or if you'd like us to cover any other specific coins. Thanks for watching, and happy treasure hunting. Next 2008 D 5 cent. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2008 D Jefferson nickel. This coin might look simple at first glance, but there's a lot of history and surprising value hidden within it. We'll go through its history, how it came to be, what makes it valuable, and whether you might be holding onto a coin worth big money. Let's get started. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. This design, featuring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence, has been iconic in American coinage. Designed by artist Felix Schlag, Jefferson's profile has graced the nickel for decades. In 2006, a major redesign introduced the current portrait of Jefferson facing forward, with the familiar Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. The 2008 D Jefferson nickel belongs to this more modern era but still stands out for unique reasons that could make it valuable today. So, what makes the 2008 D Jefferson nickel different? First, let's break down what the D mint mark means. Coins with this mark were minted at the Denver Mint in Colorado, one of the two primary mints producing nickels in the United States. In 2008, the Denver Mint produced a huge number of these coins, around 77 million. But while that sounds like a lot, in the world of coin collecting, not all coins are created equal. Variations in mintage, errors, and condition can create higher value coins, even from common circulation. The face value of a nickel is, of course, 5 cents. But collectors aren't just interested in the face value. Many factors can contribute to a higher value for these coins. Some 2008 D Jefferson nickels have sold for way more than 5 cents, reaching a few dollars or even higher in some cases. While that might not seem huge, consider the potential return on something that typically goes unnoticed in your pocket change. And if you're lucky enough to have a rare error or high-grade coin, the value can skyrocket. Let's explore what can make these nickels so valuable. Collectors and numismatists often seek coins with errors, as they tend to be more valuable due to their rarity. For the 2008 D Jefferson nickel, here are a few types of errors you should keep an eye out for. These are small lines that appear on the surface of the coin due to a cracked die. They can look like veins on the coin and are highly sought after by collectors. Look closely at the text and the finer details on the coin. If you notice a doubling effect, especially around the word Liberty, Jefferson's profile, or the D mint mark, you might have a double die error. This type of error can add significant value. Sometimes, the coin isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process, and this can cause off-center strikes. Coins with extreme off-center strikes are rare and valuable. This means that the coin was struck on a planchet that isn't typical, possibly due to contamination or other materials mixing with the usual copper-nickel alloy. This adds value as it makes the coin unique. If you find any of these errors, it could mean your coin is worth a lot more than just 5 cents. Another crucial factor in determining the value of a 2008 D Jefferson nickel is its condition, which is graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by the Sheldon grading scale. A coin graded as MS65 or higher is considered mint state, which means it's in nearly perfect condition with minimal signs of wear. Higher grade coins, like MS66 or MS67, are highly collectible. A 2008 D nickel in such pristine condition might sell for several dollars, or even much more, depending on demand. If you've got a 2008 D Jefferson nickel and want to know its value, here's what you can do first. use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to look closely for any of the errors we talked about. Look at online auction platforms and check what similar coins are selling for. Be sure to compare coins with the same errors and conditions as yours. If you suspect you have a valuable coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service, like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can increase its marketability. So, should you hold on to your 2008 D Jefferson nickel? While it's unlikely that a typical nickel will fetch you thousands, coins in pristine condition with rare errors might see an increase in value as collectors seek them out over time. If you're passionate about numismatics, holding on to a unique or high-grade 2008 D nickel could turn into a worthwhile investment down the road. And that wraps up our look at the 2008 D Jefferson nickel. From its rich history to the unique error varieties and potential future value, this coin has a lot more going on than meets the eye. If you're a coin collector or just curious about the coins in your pocket change, don't forget to check those nickels for rare finds. If you found this video helpful or learned something new, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more coin videos. Share in the comments if you have a 2008 D nickel or have ever found one with a unique error. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Next 2002 5 cent. Today, we're diving into a coin that you might have lying around in your pocket, but with a twist. We're talking about the 2002 5 cent coin from the United States, also known as the 2002 nickel. It may seem like a regular coin at first glance, but some of these nickels are worth big money. We're talking values reaching up to thousands of dollars for the right ones. So, could one of these nickels in your collection be hiding a fortune? Stick around to find out. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the nickel. The US 5 cent coin has been around for a long time, but the version we're familiar with today, the Jefferson nickel, first appeared in 1938. It features an image of Thomas Jefferson on the front, or obverse, and his home, Monticello, on the back, or reverse. The Jefferson nickel was a big hit, and it's been in continuous production with only minor design changes since then. The 2002 nickel carries the same design we've seen since 1938, but it's not just another nickel. There are some very interesting facts and details about the 2002 version that you need to know if you're a collector or just someone hoping to find a rare coin in your change. Now, let's talk about mintage. In 2002, the US Mint produced a staggering number of nickels. Over 1.6 billion nickels were minted that year. These came from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, so you'll notice some of these coins have a little P or D mint mark under the year on the obverse side. If there's no mint mark, that typically indicates it was produced in Philadelphia, as the Philly Mint didn't always use a mint mark for certain years. So, with over 1 billion of these made, you might wonder, what makes a 2002 nickel valuable? Most of them are only worth face value, but if you're lucky, some 2002 nickels can be worth anywhere from a few dollars to thousands. Here's why. First up, mint condition. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, meaning they haven't been used as regular change and have no wear, are highly prized by collectors. A 2002 nickel in mint state 67 or higher can be worth $50 to $100 due to its pristine condition. MS-68 coins are even rarer and can be worth significantly more. When it comes to grading, coins are evaluated on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading companies. The higher the grade, the more perfect the coin, and the more valuable it can be. If you find a 2002 nickel in MS-69 or even MS-70, that's near perfection. You could be looking at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But there's something else that can make a 2002 nickel worth big money: errors. Coin errors are unintentional mistakes made during the minting process, and they're highly collectible. For example, off-center strikes, where the design is off to one side, or double die errors, where parts of the design appear to have been stamped twice, can make these coins very valuable. Some 2002 nickels with dramatic errors have sold for several $100s. Another important factor for Jefferson nickels, including the 2002, is something called full steps. If you look at the reverse of the nickel, that's the side with Monticello, you'll see the steps leading up to the building. If all 5 steps are clearly visible, with no wear or damage, the coin is said to have full steps and is much more valuable to collectors. Full steps nickels are quite rare, especially in grades MS 67 and above. A 2002 full steps nickel in MS 67 or MS 68 can fetch anywhere from $150 to $500 depending on demand and condition. So, if you have a nickel with clearly defined steps, hold on to it, it could be worth much more than just 5 cents. So why is there demand for these 2002 nickels? Well, there's a steady interest in Jefferson nickels, especially as more people complete full collections of each year and mint mark. The 2002 nickel might not be rare in terms of mintage, but finding one in pristine condition with full steps or a unique error is extremely rare. Let's take a look at some recent auction sales for the 2002 nickel. In one auction, a 2002 P nickel graded MS 68 with full steps sold for nearly $1,000. Meanwhile, a unique error nickel from 2002 fetched around $500 at another auction. These high prices show just how valuable these coins can be in the right condition. Alright, so now that you know what makes the 2002 nickel valuable, how can you spot one in your own collection? Here are some tips. Look for the P or D under the year. Both mints produced valuable nickels, so either could be worth something. Search for any off-center designs, doubling, or other unusual characteristics. See if you can make out all 5 steps. Use a magnifying glass if needed, full steps can add significant value. If you think you have a mint condition or error nickel, send it to a professional grading service for an official evaluation. This will help maximize its value if you decide to sell. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your coin jars, piggy banks, and any old change lying around. Who knows, you might find a 2002 nickel worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, the hunt for valuable coins like these can be a lot of fun and maybe even bring in some extra cash. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest coin and collectibles content. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video. Next 5 cent 2006. Today, we're diving into a coin that's hiding right in plain sight, the 2006 US 5 cent coin, commonly known as the nickel. What makes it so special? Well, there are some nickels out there worth a lot more than 5 cents. In fact, some rare versions of this coin could fetch big money from collectors. And the face value? Get ready, one lucky collector landed a rare nickel with an estimated value of $62 million. Curious? Let's get into it. Now, let's talk about the basics. The 2006 nickel is a part of the Jefferson series, which has been minted since 1938. However, this specific 2006 coin is different from your usual Jefferson nickels because it came after a unique period in U.S. mint history, the Westward Journey series. From 2004 to 2005, the U.S. Mint changed the design of the Jefferson nickel for the first time since its inception. After those special designs, 2006 marked the return of Thomas Jefferson with a new forward-facing portrait. So what are you looking for on a valuable 2006 nickel? First, let's discuss the key features of this coin. It shows a new portrait of Jefferson facing forward instead of the usual profile view. On the reverse side, you'll see Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, which has been on the nickel for decades but has also been redesigned to look more modern and detailed. Now, here's where things get interesting. Most 2006 nickels are worth just 5 cents, maybe a little more if they're in pristine condition. But there are certain factors that can make this common nickel worth thousands, or even millions. Let's break down what you need to look for. First up, we have mint errors. Errors happen when something goes wrong in the minting process, and collectors love error coins. On the 2006 nickel, some common errors include double dies, where the coin design is accidentally stamped twice, and off-center strikes, where the coin's image is not properly aligned. Some of these error coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The second thing that can drive up the value of a 2006 nickel is the condition of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale, with MS-70 being a perfect mint-state coin. Most coins you find in circulation are heavily worn and have low grades. But a high-grade 2006 nickel, say MS-68 or higher, can be worth a surprising amount of money. One in exceptional condition could easily bring in hundreds or even thousands. High-grade coins are very rare because most coins get minor scratches and dings in circulation. Finding a nearly flawless 2006 nickel is like finding a needle in a haystack, which is why they can be so valuable to collectors. Okay, now let's talk about that jaw-dropping $62 million nickel. This coin isn't exactly the 2006 nickel but is known as the 1943 Liberty Head nickel, a nickel that was produced under special wartime conditions. However, these rare coins have created a frenzy in the world of coin collecting, raising hopes that any rare variation might one day become just as valuable. If the U.S. Mint made any unexpected errors during the re-release of the Jefferson nickel design in 2006, those coins could be worth millions in the future. So, if you find a rare 2006 coin, keep it safe, you never know what it could fetch. So, how can you find these valuable 2006 nickels? Start by checking your change. You might have a valuable error or high-grade nickel sitting right there. You can also visit coin dealers, attend coin shows, or check online auction sites for rare coins. But remember, condition matters, so try to find coins in the best possible shape. There you have it, folks. The 2006 nickel might be a common coin, but certain versions can be worth far more than 5 cents. So, next time you have a nickel in hand, take a closer look, it might just be worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin and collectible content, and let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin yourself. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Next, 1943 5 cent. In today's video, we're diving deep into the history and value of the 1943 United States 5-cent coin, and exploring why it has the potential to be so valuable. The year was 1943. World War II was raging, and materials like copper and nickel were being rationed and redirected toward the war effort. The U.S. government made a drastic decision that would forever change the makeup of the 5-cent coin. To conserve nickel, they minted the coin with a unique composition that made it one of a kind. To really understand the value of the 1943 5-cent coin, we need to look back at what was happening in 1943. During World War II, the United States had to save certain metals, especially nickel, which was essential in making military equipment, like tanks and artillery. So, the U.S. Mint replaced the traditional nickel-copper alloy with a composition of 35% silver, 56% copper, and 9% manganese. This alloy was used only for a few years, from 1942 to 1945, and these coins became known as. This wartime metal shift meant that the 1943 nickel is unique in its composition, unlike any other 5-cent coin minted before or after. If you've ever come across a 1943 nickel that looks a bit different, maybe a little darker or has a unique patina, it's because of that distinct silver-based composition. Now, how can you tell if you have one of these wartime nickels in your collection? The easiest way is to look at the coin's mint mark, which is unusually large and located above Monticello, the building on the reverse side of the coin. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint have a large P, while those from Denver have a D, and from San Francisco, here's a close-up of where to look. If your coin has one of these large mint marks above Monticello, it's most likely a 1942 to 1945 war nickel. And if the date reads 1943, you've got the right one for this story. Now, let's talk about value. Why would a 1943 nickel be worth anything more than its face value of 5 cents? Well, there are a few reasons. Like with any coin, the condition is crucial. If you have a 1943 nickel in pristine condition, uncirculated, or with minimal wear, it can fetch much higher prices. A 1943 nickel in near-perfect condition can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. But here's where things get interesting: error coins. In some cases, 1943 nickels were accidentally minted with different metal compositions or had mistakes in the minting process. These error coins can be extremely valuable. Some of these rare error nickels have sold for the silver content alone makes these coins valuable. With silver prices rising, these nickels have intrinsic value beyond their face value. In fact, the silver alone is worth more than 5 cents today, more like $1 to $2 depending on the silver market. The 1943 nickel holds a unique place in U.S. history, and collectors around the world seek it out. Coins in excellent condition or with rare errors are highly sought after, which drives up prices. So, what's the big deal about an $88 million nickel? Well, there isn't one single nickel that sold for that amount, but in total, wartime nickels, especially rare or error coins, have collectively reached incredibly high sales amounts over the years. For example, in 2018, a set of rare war nickels was auctioned for a combined value of several $100,000. And as more collectors join the hunt, the total market value for these coins continues to grow. So, how do you know if your 1943 nickel is worth more than just 5 cents? Here are a few quick tips. First, make sure it's from 1943 and has the large mint mark above Monticello. Look at the condition. If it's barely circulated, it could be worth more. Coins with minimal wear are valued higher. For rare coins, it's worth getting an appraisal from a professional coin dealer or grading service. An expert can help you determine if there are any rare features or errors. If you're interested in just the silver, you can check the current melt value, but remember, collectors will pay more if it's in good condition or has unique features. So, there you have it. The 1943 5-cent coin might just be worth checking out in your collection or at your local flea market. From its historical significance to the possibility of hidden treasure, this nickel is more than just pocket change, it's a piece of history that could be worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more exciting coin and collectible content. Comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you think you might have a 1943 nickel hiding somewhere at home. Happy hunting, and who knows, you might just have a treasure waiting to be found. Next, 1944 5-cent. Today, we're diving into one of the most intriguing coins in American history, the 1944 Lincoln 5-cent, also known as the 1944 steel wheat penny. This coin could potentially be worth a small fortune, and yes, some versions have been reported to fetch prices as high as $1 million at auction. So, what makes this coin so valuable, and why is there so much excitement around it? Let's dig in. Let's take a step back to 1944, during World War II. At that time, every resource was precious, even the metal used to mint our coins. The U.S. government needed copper to support the war effort, so in 1943, the mint decided to switch from copper to steel for pennies. This led to the creation of the now famous 1943 steel penny. However, by 1944, copper was reintroduced for pennies, and most were struck from recycled shell casings used in the war. Almost all 1944 pennies were copper, but a small number of 1944 pennies were accidentally struck on leftover steel planchets from the previous year. These rare 1944 steel pennies are what collectors go wild for today. So, why is the 1944 steel penny worth so much? It all comes down to rarity and demand. Only a handful of 1944 pennies were mistakenly struck on steel blanks, making them a unique error coin. Because of their scarcity, collectors consider these steel pennies to be a holy grail of U.S. coins. In 2008, a 1944 steel penny sold at auction for over $300,000. But it doesn't end there. As more collectors and investors seek rare coins, prices can climb even higher. Some experts speculate that in perfect condition, one of these coins could fetch close to or over $1 million today. Now, that's a hefty return on a 5-cent coin. Now, If you're wondering whether you've got one of these $1,000,000 coins lying around, here's what you need to know. First, the easiest way to spot a 1944 steel penny is by its color and weight. Copper pennies have a reddish-brown color, while the steel penny has a silver-gray appearance and is also magnetic. You'll want to look carefully at the date. If you see 1944 on a steel-colored penny, it might be one of these rare coins. However, counterfeit steel pennies do exist, so having the coin authenticated by a professional grader is crucial if you think you've struck gold or steel. The value of a 1944 steel penny depends on a few factors: its condition, its authenticity, and the mint mark. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition will fetch a much higher price, and those authenticated by reputable organizations like PCGS or NGC are even more valuable. On the other hand, a heavily circulated 1944 steel penny might still be worth a few $1,000s, which is still incredible for a penny. Some versions minted in different locations, like the Denver Mint with the D mint mark, can also add extra value. While the 1944 steel penny is certainly one of the most famous rare coins, it's not the only one to keep an eye out for. Other rare coins, like the 1909 SVDB Lincoln Cent or the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, have also brought in staggering amounts at auction. These coins show that if you're a collector, or if you simply check your spare change carefully, you might just stumble across a hidden fortune. Here are some fun facts about the 1944 steel penny. These coins were actually supposed to be made from copper, so the 1944 steel penny is technically a mistake. Each 1944 steel penny is thought to have a unique story, with speculation that some were created when leftover 1943 steel blanks accidentally found their way into the presses. Despite being called a 5-cent coin, its real face value was 1 cent, or a penny. So, is it time to go digging through your change jar? Absolutely. The 1944 steel penny is one of those rare finds that makes coin collecting so exciting. Who knows, maybe one day you'll be the lucky owner of a $1,000,000 penny. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with all our future coin collecting content. And let us know in the comments, what's the rarest coin you've ever found? Next 2023 5 cents today, we're diving deep into the world of US coins, focusing on a very modern coin that's surprising collectors and might just have the potential to be worth far more than face value. Yes, we're talking about the 2023 US 5-cent coin. To most people, a 5-cent coin, or nickel, might just be pocket change, something you don't give a second thought. But to collectors, every coin is full of history, and some even have a chance at extraordinary value. Now, you may be wondering, how can a modern nickel be valuable? Well, in the world of coin collecting, certain features can make even recent coins collectible. Let's start by examining what makes this coin stand out. The 2023 nickel features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, the same portrait design by sculptor Felix Schlag that has been used since 1938, though updated over the years. The reverse side still shows Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, designed to capture that timeless American heritage. But what can make this coin valuable? There are a few main factors that can make a coin increase in value: face value, rarity, and minting errors. Let's break these down. The face value of a standard nickel is, of course, 5 cents. But collector's value is another story. In the world of coin collecting, minting errors, limited editions, and even uncirculated coins can drive prices up dramatically. One major reason a 2023 nickel might be worth more is if it has minting errors. These errors occur during the coin's production process and are highly sought after by collectors because they make the coin unique. One of the most famous types of errors is the double die. A double die error can make details on the coin appear doubled, especially around the lettering or the date. Even modern nickels can sometimes have these errors, so it's worth checking. Die cracks are another interesting error. A die crack looks like a thin line or even a raised ridge across the coin's surface, usually due to a broken die. Cuds, on the other hand, are where metal fills a broken part of the die, creating a raised blob. If a coin is struck off center, it's usually a big deal to collectors. These errors often happen when the coin isn't properly aligned in the minting press. An off-center strike can make your nickel worth significantly more than 5 cents. One of the rarest errors is when a coin is struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine finding a nickel with a different color or weight. It could be a major find. Another reason a 2023 nickel might become valuable over time is due to rarity. While millions of nickels are produced each year, there can be special editions or limited runs. Some coins are minted with special treatments, such as proof finishes for collectors, which can add value. For example, proof nickels have a mirror-like finish and are usually minted specifically for collectors. They're struck with specially prepared dies, which gives them a distinct look and added value. So, you've gone through your spare change and found a 2023 nickel that looks interesting. What now? Well, there are several ways to check its value. First, examine the mint mark. The mint mark on a U.S. coin indicates which U.S. mint facility produced it. D is for Denver, and P is for Philadelphia. Occasionally, some mints produce fewer coins, which can make them more desirable to collectors. Another way to evaluate your coin is to consult with coin price guides, available online or in print. You can also reach out to numismatic experts or even get it graded by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC to determine its exact value. While the face value of a 2023 nickel is still 5 cents, the excitement of coin collecting is that you never know when you might find a hidden gem in your pocket. Some coins might become valuable years from now as they age and become rarer, especially if you find one with an unusual error or in pristine condition. Even if it doesn't have a big price tag now, keeping a mint condition or error coin could be an investment for the future. Coins are not only a piece of American history but can also be a surprising source of wealth for those who know what to look for. So there you have it. The 2023 nickel might not be worth millions right now, but its potential value lies in its details. If you're interested in coin collecting, start examining the coins you come across closely. You never know what treasures you might find. Thanks for watching, coin enthusiasts. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon for more fascinating dives into the world of coins and collectibles. Who knows? Your next nickel could be worth way more than just 5 cents.